Welcome to this second playthrough of the Night of the Zealots campaign. This time, after losing horribly, we're going to try to take Jim Culver and Leo Anderson through this campaign. Leo is going to be a lead investigator, and he's also a clue getter. He is a mystic, and he can take some cards from off classes, but I haven't really taken that many. And his special ability is that he can turn skulls into zeros, which isn't the best in the world, but mystics are okay strong to begin with. And he's going to be the clue getter, and hopefully he will get some clues. He also has 2 arcane research, which is kind of, you take them when you play mystic because it's just good, and they give us XP to upgrade spells for, and make us start with 2 trauma. And we have Leo, who is a fighter. His special power is that at the start of the turn he can play an asset for free and without paying an action, and reducing cost by 1. And if you draw Elder Sign, he can search through his deck for an asset, at the top of his deck for an ally. And Jim is known as an expedition leader who kind of always gets his people killed. And I'm quite sure that they know each other because Jim always play dirges at their funerals. The situation is that at Arkham has been, it's been a very warm autumn. People have been getting aggressive. There's been a lot of fighting. Somebody found some half-eaten corpses. And we stuck our heads together to try to find out what's going on at Jim's home. And sadly, while we were doing this, the door to the study disappeared and trapped us. We'll just draw some cards. Let's just mix it up, and we're also going to take the standard. So let's draw 5 cards for Jim. So let's see what we want to keep here. So we got Jim's trumpet, we can use to heal horror on us. I'm seeing a distinct lack of spells. Let's skip this and this and this. Oh, that's annoying. And draw 3 more. Yeah, that's nice. We're drawing the same cards. So we got at least something to investigate with. And these goes back to our deck. And we draw for Leo. This goes out, and we draw 1 more. We have some starting money. We have a gun. We have keen. I think we have a decent start here. I think I'll skip this for later and see if we can find an ally. That's not an ally. So let's take our first turn. I think we'll start with Leo. Leo, he's going to play Stand Together. It costs 0. Let's see here. And 1 action. We get 2 resources. And Jim gets 2 resources. Then I think we'll play Kenai. And we'll play a gun, so we can fight a little bit. And with Jim, I think we're also just going to play things. So 2, 2, 3, that's 7 resources. So we'll play the Sixth Sense, which we can use to investigate with. We'll play Holy Rosary to boost our head up to 5. And we'll play Jim's Trumpet, which can help us heal horror when we show a skull token during a test. That's it. So let's do the upkeep. Get rid of lag. That's not the greatest thing in the world. And a steadfast, which can give us some stats if we need it. We'll put a doom on here. We'll just shake this a bit, and then we'll draw cards. Frozen in Fear. It's a very bad card, as we saw in the last game, where it ended up causing very much the destruction of the entire game. But GM can handle it. And here we get an obscuring fog, which is bloody annoying because it's going to make it impossible. This is now a force route. So I think we might just need to gain a resource, use it at once to play Read Designs. Read Designs says that we investigate with normal 3 books, add or head, which is 5, so we're at 8, and we ignore any effects on the location. There's nothing here. And if we succeed, we get a clue more. So 1 resource, normal investigation, which costs us 2 because of Frozen in Fear. We'll just have to take a token. So we're at 6 against 4. So we succeed, gain 2 clues. This one becomes discarded as when clues are gotten. When an investigation is successful. And then we have to test this at 5 against 3. And we auto fail. That's great. You know the taste of that. Over here we're going to do some very radical stuff. We're just going to draw a card, draw a card, draw a card. Because I need more stuff for Leo. So we're going to do our upkeep. What do we get? We get a Rise of Power, which is a very strong skill card. You get 4 wilds, and all it costs is 1 curse token. And over here we get an ally. Great, 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 great. So we go to the middle phase. Doom, draw a card. We have to test a foot. This is most likely going to fail. I don't have anything. Yeah, we do like that. We don't need the damage right now. We add 2 cursed. I think it's only 1 cursed token, right? It's 1 cursed token. We do a test. And we have 6. So we have 4 against 3. So we succeeded with this one. And over here, we draw an Ancient Evil. And this will flip up, and with Ancient Evil, when it reaches a threshold, it will advance. So it advances, making the lead investigator take 2 horror. Hopefully we'll get some trumpet sound soon. Because I don't want to discard cards at random. This resets to 0. This happens because the house keeps changing and everything is getting really weird. And now we have 7 turns before things are going to break up from below us. We'll draw bad cards. We did draw bad cards. Yeah, we did draw bad cards, so it's our turn now. Well, Jim is going to sound the trumpet. Not sound the trumpet. He's going to investigate against a Shroud of 2 with 5 from 6 cents. So we succeed. Cost 2. We're going to do it again. We succeed, which means we can take the last 2 clues from here. And then I think we're just going to use a fast action to advance this. So it eats the 4 clues. And we find the door in the floor. And we get some weird angles and jump out. And we find the attic, the cellar, the parlor. This is gone. Let's just draw it in here. The hallway. And we end up in the hallway. And now we have to find 6 clues and spend them at the hallway to get into the parlor. And for the last thing, we're going to take this test 5 against 2, fail it again. And in Jim's turn, we're going to use his pre-turn action to play his allies for 3. Then we're going to play the Fortune Bargain. It gives us 5 resources and we can share them. So let's just give Jim 1 and we'll take 4. And we have to add 2 curse tokens. And it's never going to be a problem. It's always totally safe to do. That's the second action. And then we'll play the survival knife. That was the first action. Because we play this, and we play the Fortune Bargain. And then we play this survival knife for 2. And then we'll grab us a card more. There are no enemies, so we can just go straight to upkeep. And I accidentally revealed a card here, which would have been good for me, so I'll just shuffle this up. We get some more easy clue getting, that's nice. Let's add a Doom. We have 7 turns. Let's grab a card. Hey, do you remember this situation from the last game? Because I do. And that's really sad. And we get a ghoul here, which isn't the worst thing in the world, so we can just whack it. So basically, GM can take 1 action. Oh, we go up here to the attic and take 1 horror. It's probably not the greatest thing in the world that we did that, but that cost us 1 action plus 2 actions. Then let's test the first Frozen in Fear. Okay, that's gone. Let's test the second Frozen in Fear. That's also gone. Thank you very much. Have to draw some Skull Zone. And over here. So we're going to hit this guy. How? No, actually no. No, we're going to be. Yeah, we're going to. Actually, the first thing we're going to do is, I didn't see it at the upkeep we draw Mitch. So this is Leo's special card. It allows him to hold 2 additional allies, non-unique allies. We're going to play him for 2 resources. That's the first thing. And they did talk about this in the FAQ. And your first you can't play him if you don't have the slots. But it does. The story in the FAQ is that you get them as you play the card, just for some more buffering here. Then we're going to hit this. The beat cup is +1. The knife is +1. So first hit, we get a dollar sign. So it is hit. We get to look at the top 3 cards of a deck for an ally and draw it. And then we shuffle this. It's nice because you can have both these beat cups out with him. And for the last action, or for the second action, we're going to hit it again. That's a skull. Jim would have loved that. And the skull is -1 per ghoul. And it's only 2 fights, so that's enough. So this is hit. And it's gone. We're just going to make sure that Jim is safe. Go up here, take a horror. Who wants a horror? You want a horror. So no monsters. We'll do upkeep. We'll draw this. The 13th vision, which is his normal basic weakness. And it basically means that you fail tight tests. It takes 2 actions to remove this. And over here, we cannot place any assets or events the next turn. But we can try to do some investigation. He has a book of trees, so it could be possible to get some here. We'll get a Doom. We'll draw a bad card. Test head. -1, so that's 4 to 3, so we don't take any sanity damage. That would have been rather bad right now. And over here, we draw the Icy Ghoul who goes to the cellar, and we like him because he gives us an experience point. So we're just going to kill him and have a nice time. Okay, so Jim's turn is rather easy. We need to get rid of this because it's everyone at our location this is happening to. So that's 2 actions. And we're going to do an investigation action with, this is only 1, so it's 5 against 1. We roll an Elder Sign, which is meaningless here. So we'll get a single clue of this. And over here, Leo is going to just investigate once. So that's -3, so that's 0. So the first one's a failure, but we can remove a curse token. And we'll do it again. I forgot to do the upkeep, but well, that's my fault. Do it again. Occultist is -1, so that's 2 against 2, so that's a success. And let's just do the third time too. It's -2, so that's a 1 to 2, so we get 1 of the clues. Well, that's better than nothing. We're just waiting. And this one, after there's no monsters beside this one, it just stays here. We'll do our upkeep, and remember to check. We get the skull, which is nice. We talk about it when we play it. And we get Promise of Power, which is also nice. We'll add a Doom. We'll draw a bad card. We'll check test foot. And this is only damage, so that's okay now. Let's test it. That's a -2. That's a 0, so that's just 3 damage for Jim. And we can remove one of these. And over here, we get a Crypt Chill. We have to discard an asset if we don't make this test. Let's see, is there anything that I would discard? We can also throw this away now. I think Jim is just going to give him this. So we'll just add a curse more, and he gets now he's 8 to 4. We deal with it. It's done. And now we'll just have to do some soul searching up here. We're going to save this. So Jim does an investigation. And that's with of course always with 6 sense. So that's 4 to 1. That's 1 action. Does it again. That's also a 5 to 1. So he'll grab the 2 last clues from here. Great. And then we'll lose the last action to walk down here. And over here, actually I don't think we're going to play him because we have a card in the deck that makes us discard all our allies. So we'll just keep it like this. I think we're doing 1 action to go down here. We are playing the skull. So this skull comes into play with 0 charges, and every time something dies, it gets a charge, and then we can spend the charges to draw 1 card and gain 1 resource. So it's an action compression, so you can get 2 actions for 1. And there's nearly always a wasted turn here and there where you can benefit from it. So that's 2 actions. We're just going to get a resource because we can use this to investigate. So that's us done. Let's upkeep. That's another investigation tool. That's a very nice thing to have. So we get up here. We're starting to run out of time. There's plenty of time in this scenario. It's not the worst one. We'll draw a bad card. It's a ghoul. We'll draw a bad card. It's the flesh eater who goes up here. I would like to kill that too. But let's see first. First of all, what are we going to do? I think we can do something fancy. So let's start with gem and pay 2 resources for playing this one. Now we have a full suite of allies out. So he gives 2 additional ally slots. Then we'll grab this and take a move down here. So this will give an attack of opportunity. I think the horror is going on the beat cup, and we'll put a damage on the guard dog. And when the guard dog takes damage, it will return 1. And we get down here, which says when you enter, take 1 damage. So this is going to take 1 more damage. This is going to bite it back here and kill that one. We get a token here, and this one is going to engage us. And we're all dandy here. And also when it died, we get we got that one. So what are we doing for our last action? I think we're just going to stab at this. So I stab at it with 6 against 3. I'm not going to search this. It is a May, right? It's not a. Just shuffle it. It's 1 damage. And we're done. And over here, we'll take a step down here. Gem will take 1 damage. Let's hope it's like he has allies, and I'm quite hoping that we find some of them. Then we're going to play read the signs. So we'll do an investigation. That's 3. We add a head. That's 5. So it's 8 against 4. We succeed. We get 2 clues. That's 2 actions. Let's just try the last one. It's not. It can go wrong. So it's 5 against 4. It doesn't succeed. That is the monster phase. This one is going to hit me. So we'll give 1 damage to Mitch. And we'll deal 1 damage to this, to a guard dog. Goes to 3, it bites back. So this dies, we'll get another token here. And then we'll exhaust this to attack back. And it says, after an enemy attack you and attack deals damage to you during the enemy fight phase, exhaust knife. So actually we should have gone. Mitch doesn't take 1. We take 1. We'll fight back with 1 against 3, so that's, yep, and we deal 2 damage, that's 4, only has 4 life, so it goes to a victory display. I really like the survival knife. This is it's just fun. So that's the enemies done. We'll do upkeep. We'll do upkeep. We'll take a doom. We'll do the. Got some rats here. Got some rotting remains. I can take that. 0, so it's 4 to 3, so we don't take any sanity damage. And now it's us. I think Jim is going to start by stabbing the rats. So that's a 2 to 1, so that's okay. It dies. He gets a resource on here. We'll get. That's one action. So now Jim is clear to do whatever he wants to do. And I think, what are we going to do more? We have 7 cards. And they're okay. Can we possibly get a clue here? No, we can't really. Let's just grab 2 resources. In case we need to replace stuff. And for Jim, we're playing this. The Rite of Seeking, it costs 4. You use your head instead of book, and if you rule one of the symbols, it's going to end your turn. So that means we're just going, and you get 2 clues for using it. So let's grab a resource, and then let's say this is 5. Because of this, it doesn't get a bonus, no. It's 6. That's bad. It's a shame. So it's 6. It's 2 to 4. Sad. Sad. We'll do our upkeep. That's some buffering. That's going to be nice. And that's just some fighting. We're getting close to this. We got a bad card. Rats again. Check test foot. That's a -1. So if we fail by 3. And we take a horror, I think. Yeah. So we'll add 1 damage here and 2 damage and a horror here. So the beat cup dies. Sadly. And then we will how much plus can we get? There's 4 and we have 3. Oh, there's a monster here. That's great. So we're going to play Scene of the Crime for 2 resources. There is a monster there's an enemy at the location. There's the rats. So we grab these 2. That was all I ever wanted. That's great. One action. Then both stab the rats. And we do it. We get there. That's 2. And then we'll jump up here. That's 3. And Jim will also go up here. There's 1. We're going to play Peter Sylvester to save ourselves. So Peter Sylvester, he gives us 1 foot, but he also acts as the horror sink, which we kind of need right now. Because we didn't draw any fancy stuff. And we'll grab a card. That's going to be possibly nice. So, our upkeep phase. I don't know if you're going to do this. I hope we can. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. That's okay. This takes to 7. So We have to shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck and discard until we find a ghoul. And then we spawn it at the lead investigator. Not cool, not cool, not cool, not cool, not cool, not cool. That's cool. Right there. Then we'll draw. More ghoul. Also, the ghouls are going to start to move now. Sadly, some rats. So we probably have to do some fighting now. So let's see. At the end of the enemy phase, each enemy it will move towards the parlor. So this will go down here. I think it needs to be engaged over here. I think we have. Jim is just gonna just got to deal with this. It would have been nice to have one of his attacks out. So the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to play three resources to play the beat cup. Then we're going to use one action to shoot with a gun at this thing. It's a -3, and we are at 4, 5, 6. And I'm angry. This is very bad. We've got to do it again. So that evens out. And I'm actually going to see if we got something. Nope. So make this go back and remove the curse token. This gets 2 damage. And I send it off to and we probably have to do this again. Luckily I have another gun. Mine +1, that's enough. So we kill this, it goes to the victory display. Jim's not having a fun time. See, we have 3 foot. I think we just have to try to evade something. So let's try to evade this one. So it's 3 to 2. We take a damage. It's a +1. So at the second turn we evade this. It's getting a little bit scary now. Let's try with this one. We need a 0. Instead we take a horror, which we put on him. And then at the end of my turn he heals 1, which is the power of Pierce Sylvester. Then this will hit me once. Goes there, there. So Jim has only 1 hit left. This will hit us once, but we'll just do like that. You can take a damage. We'll hit it back. And we're fighting at a lot more than 1, so away with you. And we get a token. And we'll go to our upkeep phase. I just realized I could have dealt with some of this stuff over here. Rite of Seeking. Take 1 direct horror. We can deal with that. We'll get 1 here. We're going up to 10 now. We'll draw a bad card. It's rats. That's okay. It's all okay. And over here, we get an ancient evil. So we just pop one here. And there's us. And we have to do some dealing here. So I think the first thing, I think we're going to start with Jim and see how far we can get. So let's try to fight the rats first at 3-1. That's enough. So rats are gone. Then we're going to try to evade this ghoul here. Actually, when this was evaded, it could have engaged over here. So let's do that. So let's try to evade this other ghoul. We actually made it. We managed it. That's insane. Because it's 3 to. That's going to be very, very helpful. So we're going to stab this guy once. It's -3, but we have 6, and this has 2. So we hit it once. And let's do it again. That's enough. So we send this off. And with our final action, we're going to stab this at 6-3. So 4-3. That's enough. I'm just going to put it over here because that's where it's going to end up. No, it's not. It's going to end up over here. So, okay. And GM dealt with stuff himself. So enemy phase, this one is not doing anything. In the upkeep phase, it radius. And it will choose the one with the lowest health, which is here. We'll get a card here, Frozen in Fear. We should have healed this from Pure Sylvester. I'm going to pay 1 resource and play Word of Protection. Word of Protection is fast, and if you draw an on-weakness treachery card, we can cancel the Revelation effect. So away you go. And Peter, you take 1 horror. And we don't have to deal with that. We should also remember that he should have taken horror damage. And he'll get a card. It's test speed. It says foot. It's a -1. So we have to deal out 3 damage. I think they're all going to Leo right now. And then we're going to take this, and we have to shoot it. We succeed. Let's see if there's anything in the top. There is. Let's draw this one. And this is out of ammo. This takes 2 damage and is discarded. Did I forget to press upkeep again? I did. I would have to discard a card from over here. It wouldn't have been that. It would have. Yeah, it's the same card. We're going to save that. So we shoot that. And I think I'm going to take a direct horror more, because I think I need to get my gun out. And and get a resource. And then we're going to spend all our clues to activate this. And when we do that, I can do a book test, right? Yeah, I can do a book test. We do that, we spawn the Ghoul Priest and Lita. Oh wait, we have to do this. We can't do this yet, sorry. We just have to wait. I have to use my actions here first. Let's play the ritual candles, might be a help. Let's take a card. We're dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We take 1 damage and 1 horror. Oh, Sylvester, it was nice knowing you. It's his weakness. You have to take 5 chaos tokens, and if you reveal a skull or an auto fail, you take 1 damage and 1 horror. Let's grab 1 more. And over here we take that damage there. These candles, they when you reveal one of the symbols, you can use this to get a +1 for the test. You can do it each time if one is revealed. And then after we pressed upkeep, and we have 8 cards. We spent the clues. We did. Spawn Lita at the parlor and the Ghoul Priest out here. So it's after the enemy phase. The Ghoul Priest will go directly to Leo. It has 10 lives. And Lita spawns here, and she's an ally that gives you +1 fight, and she will help you with to area investigator at the location. And when you deal damage to monsters, they take 1 more damage, which is going to be helpful. So we go to the middle phase, and hopefully we'll get something okay. It's been shuffling. It should be in my deck, my weak spot. So it gets a bit foggy. That's okay. And we see some brats. That's also okay. So now it's our turn. And I think Jim has to go and get Lita. So we'll take 1 action to go over here. And they're connected like this. We have to do a book test. You make a party test when she's not controlled. And you have to test book 4. And I have a book of 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't get better. We fail. That's horrible. That's really, really horrible. Just a draw card. And over here, we just have to start blasting. That's how it's going to go. So we can possibly deal this 6 damage, 10 damage. We could actually kill it if we're lucky. So let's start out by using 2 resources and playing the guard dog here for free. Then let's shoot with 4. So we have 6. We have 6 against 4. We have a lot more. We have 9. So we're at 6. So that's enough. Let's deal 2 damage. This card gives retaliate and alert, which means they attack if you try evading or attacking them. Let's do the same thing one more time. Play a daring. 9 to 4. So it goes to 4 damage. We spend that. And let's do this again. And we'll add in steadfast, which is gonna give us 2 fight. It gives more symbols depending on how much life and sanity and horror sanity you have left. So this is 2. Let's add this, which is 3. So it's again 9 to 4. Just going to be sure. So that's 6 damage. And we're done with our turn. And now we are going to it should have just played this. Oh well. These are going to attack. So this attacks first and deals 1 damage here, and adds 1 damage here. Then this attacks. It deals. I think we're going to spend 2 of them, so 2 and 2 here, and we'll take. Oh, we have to take a sanity from that, and we take a sanity more from this attack, and then we'll let 2 go on here. So this dies and deals 1 damage back. And then we tap this because it hurt us. And we fight. And we add in 2. So that's 4. And 2 plus 2, that's 4. That's 5, that's 9. And we hit it and deal it 10 damage and kill it. And when the ghoul priest is defeated, we advance. We're of course going to, so the whole house is full of scary stuff, so we're just going to burn it to the ground. So we burn it down. And we get some victory points. I'm a bit sad that instead of gaining a resource, I should just have played Delve Too Deep to get 1 more experience. So with that done, we already know that we are burning down our house, and we have to record that the house is burned down. We can add Lita to this deck, to Jim's deck, so we're going to do that. Jim also suffers 1 trauma, so he has 3 trauma. Also, he starts with 5 sanity. He has things to deal with it if he actually hits the stuff. And then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 2, so we get 8 experience points. Uh, 8, and this is Gem, so Gem and Leo. So burnt down house, killed ghoul priest. And that's it. I'll see you for the next one.